Beckham into Sheringham, and Solskjaer has won it!
Once the kings of English football, Manchester United dominated the Premier League under Sir Alex Ferguson. But since his retirement in 2013, the club has spiraled into chaos. Poor signings, failed managers, and a lost identity. How did it all fall apart so quickly? This is the story of Manchester United's fall from greatness. The Ferguson era. To understand the fall, we have to remember what was lost. Sir Alex Ferguson wasn't just a manager, he was a dynasty. 26 years, 13 Premier League titles, 2 Champions League trophies. His teams played with hunger, heart, and identity. He built dynasties, not just teams. When he retired in 2013, United were champions. But behind the scenes, the cracks were forming. The succession plan wasn't built for longevity. It was built on sentiment. David Moyes, the false start. David Moyes, handpicked by Ferguson, never stood a chance. The job was too big, too soon. 7th place, early exits from Europe, and a dressing room he couldn't control. His reign lasted less than a season. The dynasty had ended, and the chaos had only just begun. Van Gaal, Mourinho, and Solskjaer. The cycle of change. Louis van Gaal brought structure, but sucked the joy out of the game. His possession-heavy, risk-averse football didn't suit United's DNA. Despite winning the FA Cup, he was gone in 2 years. Then came Mourinho. The special one added silverware, the Europa League, League Cup, but also tension. He clashed with players, played defensive football, and his 3rd season meltdown was inevitable. Enter Solskjaer, a club legend who brought back belief in attacking football but lacked tactical structure. Big moments, beating PSG, finishing 2nd, weren't backed by trophies, and eventually the results caught up with him. Erik ten Hag, false dawn.
An era can come to an end.
Ten Hag arrived with a reputation for structure and discipline. His first season showed promise. An FA Cup win, a top 4 finish, and glimpses of a new identity. But his 2nd season was a disaster. Tactical confusion, a flood of injuries, and a fractured dressing room. He was dismissed in late 2024 Amorim's appointment. New manager, same problems. Ruben Amorim arrived with high expectations. Young, bold, and successful at Sporting CP, his appointment was seen as a step into the modern era. He brought fresh ideas and high pressing, and started well, including a derby win over City. But inconsistency returned quickly. Poor squad depth, shaky defense, and key injuries left United sitting 14th in the table by April 2025. The fans are growing restless, but Amorim insists he's building for the long term. His message? I understand the criticism, I just don't care. Money misspent, transfers without vision. Since Ferguson's departure, Manchester United have spent over £1.4 billion. Yet very few of those signings lived up to the price tag. Di Maria, Alexis Sanchez, Paul Pogba's return, Maguire for £80 million, Sancho, Antony. The club often bought big, but rarely bought smart. There was no long-term vision, just short-term panic buys to plug holes. The Glazers and Ineos, power struggles in new direction. At the heart of United's decline is ownership. The Glazers have owned the club since 2005, loading it with debt and extracting dividends, all while footballing operations crumbled. But 2024 brought a shift. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos acquired control of football operations. They installed a new structure, a sporting director, data-led recruitment, and a long-term vision. The rebuild is now in Ineos' hands, but patience is thin. Fans want results. Amorim wants time. And the Glazers? They still own the majority of the club. Under Ferguson, United had an identity. Fast, attacking, ruthless, a blend of youth and experience. Since then, they've been a team without a soul, reactive, inconsistent, unsure. Each new manager brought a different philosophy, But without the right structure behind them, none could succeed. Can United be rebuilt? The pieces might finally be in place. Amorim, Ineos, a clear structure, but time is the one thing football rarely gives. United needs to rediscover who they are, not just as a team, but as a club. Until then, the ghosts of greatness will haunt every defeat. Manchester United's fall wasn't about one man or one mistake. It was about years of mismanagement, broken promises, and a club that forgot what it stood for. This is more than a story about football. It's about identity, about legacy, about the danger of living in the past, while the present falls apart. But this club still has something rare, millions of voices, millions of hearts still believing. And belief can rebuild empires. The question is no longer if Manchester United will rise again, but who will be brave enough to lead them.